Life in the Middle Ages was hard, but some jobs were downright brutal. Imagine spending your days shoveling human waste, collecting leeches for bloodletting, or cleaning up after executions. These weren't just unpleasant jobs. They were dangerous, disgusting, and often deadly. Today, we're counting down the absolute worst jobs in medieval times. Trust me, after this, you'll never complain about your 9-to-5 again. At the very bottom of the medieval job ladder was the gong farmer, the poor soul responsible for cleaning out castle latrines. These workers crawled into cesspits at night, scooping out human waste by hand. The stench was unbearable, and the risk of disease was worse yet. They were banned from working during the day because no one wanted to see or If you think your job stinks, just remember, at least you're not elbow deep in medieval sewage. Medieval doctors believed in bloodletting to cure everything from headaches to the plague, and that meant they needed leeches. Enter the leech collector, who waded into stagnant ponds, letting the bloodsuckers latch onto their bare legs. Once the leeches were full, they'd peel them off and sell them to physicians. The job paid terribly, and the constant blood loss left collectors weak and prone to infection. Imagine explaining that at the medieval career fair. Executioners got all the fame, but their assistants did the dirtiest work. After a beheading, they'd clean the blood, dispose of bodies, and sometimes even torture prisoners. Worst of all, they were social outcasts. No one wanted to be friends with the guy who handled corpses all day, and if the executioner was sick, the assistant had to step in. One wrong swing of the axe, and you'd have a very angry crowd. Ever wonder how medieval cloth got so soft and white? Meet the fuller, who stomped on fabric in vats of human urine. The ammonia acted as a bleach, and fullers spent hours trampling wool in this foul liquid. The smell clung to them for life, making them walk in bot. Even worse, some towns forced them to live outside city walls. Talk about adding insult to injury. Plague outbreaks made rat catchers essential, but their methods were horrifying. They'd use trained ferrets to flush out rats, then club or stab them. Some even bit their rats' heads off to prove their kills. And since rats carried fleas, this job was basically a death sentence. Pay was meager, and respect was non-existent. The only perk, you might get a free meal if you didn't die first. Here's a job that was unfair on every level. The whipping boy. If a young prince misbehaved, he couldn't be punished. Instead, another noble child, the whipping boy, was beaten in his place. Imagine taking lashes because some spoiled brat didn't do his homework. The logic that the prince would feel so guilty, he'd behave. In reality, most princes just laughed it off. So, next time you're stuck in a boring meeting or dealing with a tough boss, just think, at least you're not collecting leeches, wading in urine, or taking beatings for a spoiled prince. Medieval workers faced horrors we can't even imagine, all for pennies a day. Which job sounds worse to you? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more dark history.